And what's up, guys? Welcome back. So, this stream is going to kick off, what I would now call the game and chat type of streams that I'm going to be starting. And it's when I would take the time to play one of my favorite open world games, Crimson Desert, as you see, and also talk about some topics gaming related, and to give my 2 cents on. But trying to build that radio personality. But since this is just only the beginning, so over time I will get better and better at that. This is how I like to try and get my streams to be, but I have to start somewhere. And one of the topics is, one of the topics to talk about, which I'm going to do later in the stream, is addressing the elephant in the room, and it's because of my meltdown from last night's stream, which I will get to that later in the stream. So the first topic is I'm going to be starting another save file for the Crimson Desert, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna try to use this reference, to make a note, because I plan to make some Crimson Desert content down the road. And I know one for sure. The big project is, the full story of Crimson Desert, is where I give you guys when I cover, the main story of the Crimson Desert, and giving you guys my commentary based on my knowledge and experience, trying to come up with a little bit of lore based on my knowledge and experience in the game, as best as I can possibly can. So the full story of Crimson Desert, because that's going to take quite a bit of time, because there's going to be times that I have to get the characters ready with a lot of all that grinding to do, because if I just go through the main story, enemies tend to get very strong, and I'm not going to be able to get very far, and I will screw myself down the road. So that's why covering the full story, getting videos of the full story of Crimson Desert, that's a big project that will take quite a bit of time. So by doing this kind of playthrough, it's definitely like the first step in getting Crimson Desert content prepared. And if I come across some things and I feel like it's something I want to cover in a video, there's an idea that I can make a note, and that way I'll put it into my own perspective. And I'm glad there's ways to open multiple save files. I can make multiple save files. That way, I'll save right here, and then that's when I'll load that other save file, and then start recording to cover that specific chain of quests. Some side quests I'm like, it's definitely worth covering. And that will catch my interest. This is the first topic to share for the game and chat session. The first game and chat session of now. As far as how often I'm gonna do game and chat streams like this, let's do it weekly. How about Thursday night should be perfect to do like a game and chat session, to share some things to talk about while I play the game. Yeah, Thursdays should be the best for me, because I don't have anything going on, but it may be subject to change, but that's when I will keep you guys posted. If something comes up that I am unable to stream, then I will definitely reschedule the game and chat session. But like I said, this is the first episode. This is the first stream episode of the Game and Chat, for Thursday nights. But even though it's going to be a rough start, you know, because this is new to me. This is new, and stepping out of my comfort zone, trying to bring out the radio personality in me, sound like a talk show host. I'm not just going to be playing a game. I will also be talking, sharing a few things, whatever is on whatever I got written down that I want topics I want to talk about. So right now, the first topic is, you know, preparing, you know, Crimson Desert content for the channel. So this is basically like, you know, making a note of what do I want to cover in a future videos. So let's start with, you know, the full story of Crimson Desert. So we start from the very beginning, like right here, and we start a new game, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let you all enjoy the cutscene. Let me turn my mic off and my face cam off. And that way you guys can enjoy the cutscene, and then once I'm able to control Kliff, then I'll turn my face cam back on. Alright guys, enjoy the opening cutscene. Alright, so here we are. This is where, you know, I introduce Kliff. Kliff is part of the Greymanes clan. Now we begin to quest unfamiliar lands. So this is where the story begins, and covering the full story of Crimson Desert. And we just casually walk, the basic movement. And I've already recorded this part. I've already done the editing on the first episode. But this is something I'm gonna go over. What I did. Just casually walk, and then also introduce y'all to these.
Signs of those bear bastards.
Also introduce you to these other fellow Greymanes. Here we have Andrew.
I'll need to get some more the next time I'm in town. They really need to learn to take better care of their weapons.
We have Andrew and Carl.
I should take a look around.
Yeah, we're able to interact with them for a little bit, and you can also build their trust ahead of time.
Head down that way. You'll be there in no time.
And here we have.
I'll take down every black bear I see.
And here's Joan.
But we're in no shape to face them head on.
There's Sylvan and Ronnie.
Why are those bear bastards so desperate to get at us?
Yep, you know, learning as much as I can, you know. Yep, and tend to fill up the information board. You know, learn just about as much as you can possibly can in this game. And then here's Unka.
Those fucking black bears. Come on now, keep it together.
Here's Unka. He is a companion that we will get later in the main story.
Giles. Aye,
He was a good man. And the black bear that did this deserves a knife in his throat. And you'll be the one to do it. We've got a lot of fight left.
Kliff.
So dry your eyes, lads.
Giles' sword.
His last words were of you, Kliff. May he find peace among his brothers. Come, say your farewells.
Giles. Rest well. You will be missed.
Yeah, Kliff pays respects to his fallen comrade, Giles. And our next task is to interact with the other two fellow Greymanes, Marius and Ross. Ross is right over here. And here's another fellow Greymane. Well, we don't know, we can't interact with them. We can only interact with Ross right now.
This won't be the end of things. I can't help but think they'll strike again. Our scouts should be returning any moment now. Once they're back, I'll send Andrew out. I'm almost certain we've been betrayed. How else would they know the exact moment we were away? Rotten bastards. How dare they?
So we've already talked to Ross. And next we talk to Marius, who's right over here.
I'll head into town and see what I can find out. I am the quickest out of all of us. We can't rest easy till we know what the Black Bears are up to. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll find a lead on them. You know I'm the best man for it. I'll be back before you know it.
All right.
They couldn't catch me even if they tried.
Alright, we finished talking with Marius. And since the update, we are given the option to fast forward on the dialogue. And we can now adjust the settings of how fast we want it to proceed when we're given the fast forward options. So I increased it to the fastest, which is about 4 times. That way, it's for those who are starting a new save file and want to try a new build. And now that we're done here, we can now go inside the cabin. And Uka stands out here.
Come on.
Jan's gruel
Hey,
again.
Kliff.
Wish I'd just died on the battlefield.
Just eat it, Naira. There you are. Perfect timing as always. Sit down, dig in.
We're still missing Ryan. Probably dead.
Everyone got a bowl? Yeah?
I suppose that's one less mouth to feed, eh?
Oi! Could make it 2 less mouths, you know.
If you got a fight left in you, get your ass back out there. No one's stopping you. Now shut up and eat.
We're just gonna sit here sipping this pig swill. I'd rather eat a black bear's bleed.
Hey! You looking to get some manners beaten into you? You better fucking pick that up.
Or what, Jan? You gonna make me?
Fine. That's enough.
Forget it. Bloody bastard.
Cranky ginger twat.
That's enough. Our fight isn't over. She's dead!
Everyone,
Just sat the fuck down!
All of a sudden, an ambush happens. The Black Bears strike.
Gian has fallen. And with the great leader's death, our land, Pewell, once unified, has been plunged into chaos. And now, a bloody battle unfolds between the Greymanes, who fight to uphold his will, and the Black Bear forces that seek to set it aflame.
And now we get thrown into combat right here. no combat tutorials just yet. We just have to press the buttons the game tells us.
Cocky prick!
Yep, we're thrown straight into combat. I have to deal with all these guys.
Just like last time! Looking tired, Booker?
Next up, we gotta help Unka.
Die, foul beast!
Unka! You alright? Look out! Get out of here!
watch your back.
And now we learn to block. We learn to block, as the game tells us to. Block or incoming parry. Parry or counterattack. Alright, now let's go help Yan, who's a bit of a foul mouth.
Come at me, cockswaggler! Wait! Easy, lads!
Turning slash.
Run with you! Just like last time!
Alright, nothing we can do about Yan. Now we must go help Naira, who's just right over here. Outnumbered.
Go easy, will you?
Come in, sly fucks!
Get your fat fingers off me!
I'll enjoy your death! So many witch hunts in your past!
then.
Bad timing in the cut during the middle of the cutscene.
Better from the so-called protectors of Payloon.
But I'll fill you in. I'll fill you in a little bit about because I was discussing the first topic, and that was about creating Crimson Desert content for the channel.
Now look around you. I'm the one who decides your fate. Grab him.
And now, yep, we get thrown into a boss fight against the leader of the Black Bears, Mirrodin. So, yeah, even though we're gonna get overwhelmed, but it's a scripted event, so there's nothing we can do to. Yeah, the enemies are just overpowered at this point.
Look at you. All this effort, and you still end up bowing to me. What's that? Got something to say? Go on then. Out with it. I'm all ears.
Giving your sister for her birthday.
Well,
yeah, I thought you were streaming. I thought you were streaming earlier.
Let this be a lesson to all you wolf whelps. Dead already. Give Gian my regards. Hunt down every last Greymane. Leave none alive.
You was, but you got off. Might get on again later. Yeah, right off the bat, you get thrown into combat, and the only things you know is the buttons that the game tells you to. But it's part of a scripted event for the opening. Alright, Otaku. I'm sorry you couldn't stay very long. And then the next part of the story, Kliff mysteriously gets the Axiom Arm. Kliff gets the Axiom Arm, and we get transported to the Abyss, the Corridor, the Void. And now the next segment is we gotta proceed on forward through the corridor. And then this is when your actual tutorial comes into place. The actual tutorial of the game to learn the controls. You can run forward. The controls did change since the first updates. Alright, then we do the jumping across gaps, and then we learn about precision jumping to get across like this. Like if you're not sure you're gonna make it, just try and do the precision jumping as in using the controls the game tells you in order to get across. And then you're just gonna go up and climb up the wall, and you made it through the first section of the Abyss. Now for the next session is going up the wall, just like in Assassin's Creed. Freestyle climbing up. There's a lot of the walls are climbable. And then there's the gap that we have to crouch or roll. We can crouch so we can fit right through, or you can just roll. And then we can just stand back up. It's interesting how you get, medieval fantasy, and then all of a sudden this mysterious corridor, which is part of the Abyss, interesting way of combining. And next you learn about blinding flash to reflect light with their sword. You can use that to disrupt enemy vision and find weak spots, and also it can point out some hidden items that are related to the abyss artifacts. Let's go do this, and let's focus the light on there, and we will open the door. And before there was not an indicator to show you how to sheathe your weapon, because it took me a while to figure out what button do I press to sheath my weapon. I don't want to keep it out, and that's when I learned that it was the left on my D-pad. But now, after the first update, now the game gives an indicator how to sheath your weapon. Because a lot of us players couldn't figure out how to put away our weapon when we're not in combat. And now we go into the next section, and this is when we're introduced to our trusty lantern. Our trusty lantern is not just used for illuminating dark places. It can also help us reveal possible secrets. Our lantern is quite unique. And I like the sound it makes. It's like you're actually holding up a lantern and just looking up ahead. Or you can just put it down and have it by your hip, and you'll still get in some decent amount of lighting. But holding it out so that we can see potential possible secrets that are hidden, or you can see the conduits. You can see the electrical current on these conduits. And we just have to follow it. Then we have to just proceed and find the exit, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Interesting way, like for the game, to give you an actual tutorial, introducing you to the controls and mechanics, but you're still at the point that you're not ready to explore the open world yet, because there's still a little bit more to do before you finally get an opportunity to explore the world. And I like to just turn it off whenever I'm not in the dark places anymore. And now we've reached the end of the corridor. And to think, moments ago, Kliff was left for dead at the hands of Mirrodin.
Greymane? Greymane? Lost in thought again? Why don't we go inside?
So now the adventure now begins here on day 3, and Sebastian found Kliff and was able to, and he was restored back to health. And now let's go and follow him. And then
it's not safe out here.
And then over here,
I only just fished you out the river.
And over here you can observe fishing.
You won't fully heal,
so that you can learn the mechanics on fishing.
Without
Fishing's fun.
Rest.
Fishing is a lot of fun.
I'm well
if I got some time to spare, and if I find the break in the action, and then I got some time, I'll be happy to show you guys some fishing.
You can stay as long as you like.
I'm fine, really.
I think you should stay a bit longer.
So this play, and then we discover POIs, like the Wycliffe Mappery, and then we learn about, the factions as we continue to progress.
I'll be going now.
Very well. If you're heading into town, you should stop by the Hernand Tavern. News travels fast around here, so if there's any information to be found, you'll find it there.
You've got and hired a free sword?
I'll take care of this. Look, I already paid you.
We're here for the interest.
What interest?
Hey, kid, come here. Just
If
pay
you
up
could
and there
just-
won't be any trouble.
Oi,
We're not asking, we're telling.
we'll beat the interest out of you. Or make your maps go up in flames. Your choice. What are you gawking at?
Don't you fucking know?
Today will be your last.
Teach these thugs a lesson.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Thank you. It's not the first time those bastards have laid into me. Things had got so bad, I was ready to pack up and leave. But they got what was coming to them. All thanks to you.
Where are you headed then?
Truth is, I'm also headed to Hernand. Can I tag along?
So it looks like we're going
Let's set
to
off.
the town of Hernand. And then we have the
On
mini-map.
foot, it won't take long to reach Hernand. But if you want to get to town quickly, we should ride there. You could ride with me, but I recently came across this wild horse. He won't let me ride him, but maybe he'll take a liking to you.
And we get our starting horse. This horse is our
What's that
starting
look
mount.
for? Hernand used to be one of the nicest places to live. But with those bandits about, you're always looking over your shoulder.
It's that bad.
Oh, it's worse than ever now. The guard's been stretched thin, and it's impossible to keep the peace.
Yeah.
It's us ordinary folk who are paying the price.
Hey.
Now this here is one of my favourite spots. The view from the bridge is absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah, such
It'd be
a gorgeous
shame to
view.
just hurry past. Let's take it slow.
Yeah, such a gorgeous view. You get amazing
We deserve
views
a little serenity
whenever you
every now
climb
and
to
again.
climb up the Grey Heights. You'll get such amazing views.
I'm no fighter, but I know strength when I see it. That kind of skill will have people
Yeah.
seeking you out, Greymane. Some will need your help, like me. But others will just want to see how they measure up to you. That's the only way a fighter can test their strength. Funny, isn't it?
Hiya.
We're nearly there. That horse seems fond of you, Greymane. A horse would make traveling a lot easier. Hernand's bigger than you might think.
From the prologue, and now entering chapter 1. And so the way I'm going to cover the episodes for cover the parts for the full story of Crimson Desert, I'm going to cover by chapter. I'm going to cover by chapter. I'm going to that because, and even though it's going to take a lot of time because I have to get the character ready and also cut out the parts, traveling to the particular objective, and of course, having to deal with any enemies along the way, etc. And then also inventory management. So right here we'll begin chapter 1 for the part 2 of the full story, once I have that segment recorded. So now we get our private storage. Our temporary lodging. So yeah, and I'm glad they added inventory management, so we don't need to carry these with me. I don't need to carry these two. I definitely do need arrows because I'm carrying a bow. We can take a look around, and here we have the bonfire, which we have a cooking pot where we can cook food. And we can greet people
spirit
around.
Is as important as tempered steel.
We can greet people around to
a moment's
earn.
hesitation can cost you your life.
+5 trust points.
More beggars than ever these days, and the thieving's got worse with them. Thank Solomon the guards still bother to patrol.
The air is tense.
And here's Bentley, who's in charge of the Royal Trader. Alright, the gate is locked and the guards will not be able to let us in for right now. So my quest marker takes me into the town. So we're gonna casually walk this way. Now I'm gonna, as well as I record this part, and whenever I do the editing, I'm cutting out the part of walking to the town, because while I'm recording, I just wanna enjoy, the relaxing atmosphere. Casually walking into Hernan town, because we're new to Hernan. We are new to Hernan. We survived the ambush from the Black Bears, and now at the point of trying to regroup and gather the lost comrades and rebuild from there.
Yeah.
But and it's like I said before in the past. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'll say it again. I'm gonna wait for some other updates to draw for the game to go live, because there's some updates, and some of them feature quality of life. So I'm gonna wait for those updates to arrive before I can proceed with recording the next segment for the full story of Crimson Desert. And it's like I said, it's going to take a lot of time. And as for the side quests, if there's a particular side quest chain that's definitely worth covering, I will definitely I'll make a separate save. I'll save and put a separate save state. That way I can load that and start recording to cover, my lore based on my knowledge and experience covering that particular side quest, and make a separate video on that. I'm definitely looking forward to posting some Crimson Desert content. I definitely do enjoy Skyrim, and I think I have put some videos, sharing a few things and featuring my gameplay of Skyrim. And I think I want to do the same, but featuring my Crimson Desert gameplay. As we casually walk, getting to know the scene around the town of Hernan, and my quest marker takes me to the tavern. There's a bunch of beggars.
You there? You look like you've got some coin.
Oh, my arm. Hey, look at
and this stranger comes out and with a sore arm because he just had a match at arm wrestling. Arm wrestling is a sport. So, and that's what this is the first thing we do. Heading into the tavern, challenge the arm wrestling champion. Arm wrestling is pretty easy to do.
Let's have at it.
Arm wrestling is really easy to do.
Sure you won't regret this.
And all we gotta do is press the button repeatedly.
Come on.
And then we have another button that will indicate a skill check. It's very easy for me to hit the skill checks because of my experience playing Dead by Daylight. If you can hit those skill checks, you'll have a good chance at winning your arm wrestling match.
Lucky.
Blazes, you're as strong as you look.
I just did my best. You should be proud of your own strength.
And humble to boot. Damn. My pa always said true strength lies in humility. I suppose it meant folk like you.
Well, thanks for the compliment. Let's do it again sometime.
I used to be
and
quite the
then
arm
we can
wrestler
come back here and do more arm wrestling. And I believe, there's a challenge, to win 3 straight arm wrestling matches. And if you beat the arm wrestling champion, you will get an abyss artifact. And you don't have to, and that will complete the arm wrestling here in the town of Hernan. So next we must go outside and contribute a coin to the old beggar. And these question marks indicate NPCs. A lot of them are merchants, different vendors.
Familiar. Hello. Celebrating anything in particular?
By greeting, we can get the name. We have Dahlia, the innkeeper. And let me say hello to you.
I've been working since sunup and I'm not half through.
And some of the items you can
3 pairs of arms
look
to get
around.
everything done by day's end.
And some of the items you look around, you also indicate that it's question marks, and it shows you and it gives you the option to buy and tells you how much it costs. Not only does the innkeeper have items for sale, but also you can buy some things that you see laying around here.
Sure.
When they're in question marks, it means you don't know what they are, unless you pick it up. Unless once you interact with it, you will learn what it is. And now heading out here, we find the beggar.
Of course he is! Stupid! Stop worrying!
Those 3 kids.
Is there no one who cares about my suffering?
So let's interact with the beggar, and let's go ahead and give a coin. That's 1 copper, which is a penny.
Old man? Nobody cares what
Hey,
I go
Renee.
through. I've got used to the indifference. Well, that's nothing anyone should grow accustomed to.
To the toilet.
Here, I hope this can be of help. How kind of you. A benevolent hand has finally reached me. Please, take this. I'm sure you will find a use for it. What is this? Virtue paves the path to wisdom, which shall bring us together once more. When the time comes, the key shall guide you. Is this some kind of riddle? Wait, what did you mean?
He's gone. And it's a mysterious wooden key that this beggar gives Kliff. So we get key items. It appears, and then we hear a cry for help. And our quest marker tells us to enter the sewer. And that's through this trapdoor. So we get some key items. And then once they've served their purpose for the quest, then we are free to discard it or store it for collection purposes. Which one of the updates will feature, there's going to be different kinds of inventory management, sorting through different types. There's going to be different storages for particular types of items. Even a collection storage for the keepsakes and key items that have already served their purpose. Oh, so you're on your last break now. Here we can examine the key, but right now we can turn it over, but sometimes, there will be something to interact with. We may uncover something. Now that we enter the sewer, we must investigate. I could turn on my lantern, but these candles provide just enough light. Now, if the lantern glows red, it means danger incoming. When it flashes red on your lantern, it indicates danger. And then we can precision jump, but it's a short gap from here. But right over here, we can go ahead and precision jump just to be careful. And then we can do this. And there's the...
Please, help me!
She's in distress, so let's go ahead and free her.
Who are you? Please, you have to help me, quickly!
Thanks for the hug, grenade.
I'm a friend. I'm here to help.
You are?
Can you walk?
He was right about you. Here. You'll need this. Care for those around you, as you have done for me.
Mysteriously disappears once again, and she left him a letter. A sealed letter. Can we examine it? Alright. Let's see if we can examine... No, I don't think we can examine it. It's sealed with the mystical power, so we can't read it. We can't read it. So now we go back the way we came. Now, but before we leave, we can go over to the right. We can go over to the right and to see what there... And we find a treasure chest. You find a treasure chest that's easy to miss. And we get a grace plate helm and $1.50. All right, and the treasure chest gets marked on my map. And if the treasure chest is open, it means you've already got the treasure you've already got the contents from the treasure. But if it's closed, it means you're able to loot it. Now that we're done here, we can climb back out of the sewer, and then my quest marker tells us to speak to the child. Oh my goodness, the brightness though. It's like you come out into the light after watching a movie at the theaters. All right.
What a woeful fate.
And look at that. Look at the cats.
What's so special about a cat? Come on, let's go somewhere else.
You can interact with the cats and dogs.
Bye.
You can pet them. And we have a troubled child here.
Come on, get down from there.
something is... Looks like we got a little problem.
Something wrong?
We're running late, but he just won't come down. We've got to get back before anyone notices. The chief's going to be really upset. Can you help me get him down? Gigi, get down here this instant! Hurry! You're going to get us both in trouble. Please, can you help? The chief gets scary when he's mad.
So now we gotta go get the cat and return it to its owner. Gotcha.
Thank you. Gigi, you scared me half to death.
Think you'll make it back home in time?
Yeah, you saved us from a good scolding. If you ever visit my town, come say hi.
Sure, if I have time.
I'll reward you for your help today. I think you'd love it there. Though, I'm not sure if you'll be allowed in. Well, don't worry. I'll talk to the chief about it. Make sure you come visit.
Wait, where is your village?
And of course, she magically disappears. But left behind a pendant. Alright, our next objective takes us to help the distressed villagers. But before we do, we heard the sound of a bell tolling. So let's go up there to where the bell is. Because this bell actually plays an important role for our map. And here we can pick up a Palmer pill. Palmer pills are like your revives. So if you die in combat, you have an opportunity to consume a Palmer pill and you'll be revived, but will only have 30% of your health. And now we can interact with this bell and ring.
Finally, someone found me! I'm a master at hiding. How did you know? I hope I'm not the only one you found. I know. I'll help you track down the others. Ringing bells like this will help you see things clearly.
What it actually does is, when you ring these bells, sound the bells at major strongholds throughout Pywell to summon a shy. They will sweep away the mists shrouding your map, revealing the land as far as the bell's toll can be heard. So I'll be happy to show you. So now we've unveiled a majority of Hernand. We've unveiled all of this just by sounding the bell. So yeah, we got it. So being on the lookout for these. It's actually a good thing I'm actually doing like I'm actually covering the full story of Crimson Desert, because that way I can use the replay of the stream as reference. That way I'll know if I missed something while I was recording. I already have a separate save file to pick up where I left off while I was recording. My recording save file. And then this one's going to be the stream save file. Alright, now let's just go ahead and hop down. And now let's go make our way to help the distressed villagers. Just going to walk over there, and then this is where I'll transition over to right by the house where the distressed villagers are.
Hey, I see you.
And
Don't be stingy.
continue the footage there. you know, once I do the editing. I'm really excited to post some Crimson Desert content. There's gotta be some things I wanna... There's gotta be some... What kind of Crimson Desert videos I should do, besides, you know, covering the main story and side quests. There's gotta be some interesting things I could share. Like how to do this and that, or how to do the Abyss puzzles.
Yeah, that's some of the small things. I could cover the small things.
The tailor's is on fire.
What's that? The tailor's gonna retire? Well, good for him.
No, I said fire. The tailor's shop is on fire. You old fool.
Wow, must have heard her wrong. The tailor's gonna retire. That's what got me the first time. The tailor's gonna retire? No, the tailor's house is on fire. The tailor's gonna retire. That's what set me off right there. And you can see the house. That's where our quest marker takes us, and that is a lot of smoke coming out of the house. And apparently, it has something to do with the chimney. So let's go find a way to get to the house. The tailor's gonna retire. So here we discover Muckroot Ranch, another POI. And then we learn about the faction of House Roberts. Yeah, a lot of the POIs under different factions. Alright, so here we are. Oh my goodness, that house is just covered with smoke. It's all smoking inside.
Can't you do a single bloody
Ouch, that's
thing
gotta
right?
hurt. That's gotta
You
hurt.
fell on purpose.
That's gotta hurt right there. So now let's talk with this couple.
Stop whinging and get up. Can't even handle cleaning a bloody chimney. Some husband you turned out to be. Can you believe him? We got fittings all afternoon.
Is he all right?
Oh, this is all just a show. He always acts up when we're busy, don't you?
Oh, come on. I do not.
More cleaning, less complaining.
Excuse me? I could have just bloody died.
Same old performance, Arlen. I was hoping that fall would knock some sense into you.
Why would I pretend to fall off the roof? That really hurt.
I'm sure it did. Just like when you slammed your hand into the door last week, eh?
Oh, come on now.
Enough. I'll do it for you.
Oh, well, we
Much
wouldn't want to
obliged.
burden you.
Lauren, let the man
Shut
work.
it. Now that's a real man.
Wow. And now let's go ahead and take the broom, and we are going to do a little bit of sweeping. So it's under two-handed, and we're going to go up and clean the chimney. But before we do, we can go around the back end, because we find another Palmer pill sitting over here. And we can easily climb up to the roof. Now we must aim while standing on top of the chimney, and then we have to press R1 to clean it. And it's gonna get messy. Oh my gosh, poor Kliff. Having to deal with all that smoke coming from the chimney while you're trying to clean it.
Oh, my back. You've
I
done me a
told you
huge
he was
favour there.
faking it.
Would you come off it, woman?
Look at him.
Where are you?
Come now. She'd have me run ragged if she could. Can't blame
Hey,
you for a little
I can
theatrics.
still hear
eh?
you.
Eh?
Aye, till she finds a better actor for the role.
Lauren, give him some of our finest attire. Think of it as a gift from me to you, eh? Farewell.
Sure, why not? Don't expect you to start listening to me now.
Alright, so we get some Hernandian attire. And we complete this quest called Actions Speak Louder Than Words. And now our next objective is we must examine the key. that we got from the old man. It's under my inventory. And now let's put this on because we're gonna need it for this next part of the quest after we examine the key. Let's use in order to examine. And the key mysteriously transforms. It became a mystical key. So now we must head to Hernan Castle. So we're gonna go this way. I'm gonna go back the same way it came in. You kind of feel that the atmosphere being live whenever you're walking the streets of the towns, and how it's populated. It's like it's brought to life.
Oh, today was a right
and I like how they did.
Tomorrow's another day.
Pearl Abyss did a great job with the game, and with all with the atmosphere feeling so alive in the game, you know, it's like gaming comes to life. Alright, so I've already covered that house and found the Palmer pill that's right behind it. So, yeah, I definitely do want to make sure, I want to point that out. Trying to point out some interesting items that would come in handy for you guys if you're experiencing the game for yourself. Oh yes, and before
I'm here.
Oh, one thing I forgot to add is, right at the start of the full story videos, is that I should also add, there are major plot spoilers in this video to warn those because the video will have potential plot spoilers, and to warn, because if they don't want any spoilers, they can just turn back.
Hello.
All right, we must head to Hernan Castle.
I'd eat fish over any other kind of meat.
And my quest marker is just right over here. And then this right here that's glowing, which is part of a previous update, of a recent update, is, when you see this glow, it wasn't glowing like this before, but now they made it like this, to make it easier for us to find. And this is the Abyss Nexus. The Abyss Nexus serves as a fast travel waypoint. Alright, once you look closely at the Hernan attire, it also the additional description, it also says, it gives us access to Hernan Castle. Now, if we were to approach Hernan Castle wearing our default attire, this is what happens.
Hang on now.
I'll handle this. Do you know what's past this gate? You can't just stroll into the castle dressed like that. Watch out for that one.
Okay, so they won't let us in as we are, and that's when the Hernan attire. Yes, access to certain areas may require meeting specific conditions. These may include paying a toll, wearing the proper attire, or having strong ties with a certain faction. The trust is important. So this is when the Hernan attire comes into place. We put this on. Now that once we put this on, we should now be able to approach the guards.
Halt! Wait.
You don't look like a bad sort.
Everything seems to be in order.
stay out of trouble, you hear?
They recognize the Hernando tire, and they allow us to
You
go
may
in.
enter.
And the gate is open for us. We can now go in.
What? Is there any man like Marshal Midler in this world?
And then the dialogue that the guard mentions. So sometimes when you greet them, they will mention some certain important names, and it gets added to our knowledge. And over to the right, we find a door, and inside is another NPC, which is a unique vendor. This is the contribution shop. Contribution is a type of currency that can be earned through certain actions and exploration within regions. Acquired contribution can be used to purchase special items and can be recovered by selling those items back to the shop. The location of each contribution shop varies by region, but they can usually be found within their respective towns.
Accept my gratitude for all you have done.
But right now we don't have any contribution points. So he tends to sell unique pieces of gear or contribution points. The good thing is, the contribution points we earn doesn't go to waste. We can sell them and try and get those points back if we want to get another piece of gear. It's like a fair exchange. And then over here, the training area, we can see the soldiers, practicing on the training dummies. Some are sparring, working on their moves. But we can observe this one. We can learn how to counter. We can learn new skills. Some skills can be learned by observing. And over here we can observe this guard. We now learn the proficiency with the R2. We learn a couple things. Yep, it's worth noting that there's some skills that you can learn just by observing. And now we can go into the gate, we can go through this gate now, while we still wear the Hernando tire.
Oh! Hold. You don't seem like the troublesome type.
All good.
Don't go causing trouble in there.
Open the gate.
You can pass, go on.
Alright, the gate opens for us. We can now head in.
Keep your weapon sheathed, and we'll get on just fine.
Alright, we can head up here. And this door is blocked, but we can't go in.
That bleed lot, they're a vile bunch of bastards. Always scheming and plotting.
And then over in the mini map, we see something like a scroll symbol, in case there's something we can pick up. We can head over here, and we find the kitchen area. We see some maids, doing some work in the kitchen. And over here on the counter, we find a recipe of meat and vegetable porridge. We can go ahead and take that. And then we can just examine it in order to learn the recipe. You can cook a variety of utensils and ingredients to prepare meals that restore your health and spirit. You can follow recipes acquired through knowledge in taverns or residential areas, or experiment freely and select ingredients to cook without a set recipe. Whenever you go to a bonfire and wanting to cook, in order to test out some ingredients, it gives us the option to improvise. And that's when we can try and use some of the ingredients to see if we can come up with our own recipe that will benefit. Let's go ahead and stow that. Alright, we picked up a new recipe. And the recipe, and once we learn that knowledge of the recipe, we don't have to worry about trying to find that recipe. It's already embedded in. And in the recipe that you found, you can do whatever you want with it. You could sell it or discard it. it's already served its purpose. But I would suggest you sell it. It's worth a penny saved is a penny earned. All right, now there is a chest here, but it's upstairs, but it requires a key, so we're not going to do that anytime
the door's
soon.
always locked.
And then this maid tells us that there's a door that's locked. And pointing you to the alchemist's chamber. And then all we gotta do is, if we have the key, we can open this door. Now, before, if we had a key, all we gotta do is just walk up to the door, and the door will automatically open by consuming a key. And with an update, and with one of the recent updates, we can just it'll give us a prompt to use the key to open the door that's locked. Inside, we find the alchemist's chamber. And we find a treasure chest here. And inside this treasure chest we get a Faded Abyss artifact. The Faded Abyss artifact is used to respec our attributes. And now a mysterious gate has appeared and now wants us to enter. We must go through the Abyss Gate. And now we have arrived to the Abyss and the Axiom Archive. As you can take a look down there, the land. The Abyss is way high up in the sky. And now we must step onto the platform right here, and this is where we're introduced to the Abyss Nexus. Abyss Nexuses are spread all across Pywell. Use their lantern or blinding flash to reveal their location, and then stand on an Abyss Nexus to activate it. Once active, you can fast travel to an Abyss Nexus by selecting it from your map. And another thing is, if you're standing on an Abyss Nexus and you go to your map and select another one, you will not go through that animation of going through the Abyss Nexus. It'll just go to black screen and then load you to the Abyss Nexus that you're going to. And over here we've got the knowledge, and here we learn about some of the people, the prominent residents, vendors, etc. So much information. And now we must head forward. But before we do, we can head over here, and we get our first Abyss artifact. And this completes the Axiom Archive challenge. The Abyss artifact is used to spend a point into our attributes. That's how we level up. Talk about an archive just high up in the sky. And our quest marker wants us to go towards the building. What a pretty interesting topic to talk about, you know how I'm going to record part 2, which will be the entire chapter 1 of the full story of Crimson Desert. That's going to be coming to the channel in the future, as well as some other Crimson Desert content that I'm excited to prepare for you guys. Definitely want to continue bringing life to the channel.
He's waiting for you. This power will help you get inside.
A magical white crow arrives, and Kliff gets gifted a new power. this is when we're now introduced to the Axiom Force. The Axiom Force can be used to grab and move objects. After grabbing an object, we can use the right stick, L2 and R2 to move it, rotate the disc to align the circuits and restore the connection. Alright, and now let's go ahead and move. Let's go ahead and move this up there. And then we're going to take the other one. And I'm going to try and connect them. There we go. Yeah, connecting the dots. And that opens the door. Now we're ready to go inside the Axiom Archive. Look at all the books flying back into the shelf, opening the way for us.
I've been waiting for you. Just as virtue paves the path to wisdom, your deeds have brought us together once more.
You're that beggar.
I am Alustin, and this is the Axiom Archive. It is a repository of the universe's grand designs. Each record, the blueprint of a single world.
Why did you summon me?
There are beings who have brought chaos to your world, the consequences of which extend to even you and your comrades.
You have news of them?
You will cross paths with those who escaped fate's grasp. But the balance of this world and the abyss has begun to falter. If the cosmic order frays any further, our world, the abyss, and reality itself will unravel. You must restore the balance before it's too late.
I don't know what you mean.
Such a grand undertaking begins with small acts that will have profound effect on the fate of your world.
Now we get introduced to the Skybridge Gate and alignment device. Restoring the Abyss activates the Skybridge Gate. Pass through the gate and use the Axiom Force to operate the alignment device. Aligning it to the correct position will restore the broken Skybridge. Some gates require all other connected abysses to be restored before they can be activated. As you can see, if the square up there, if it's slid up, it means the abyss has been completed. The abyss was completed for this puzzle, and now we're able to pass through the gate and operate the alignment device. And now we get to do a certain kind of platforming. Once we activate the alignment device, and it's always turning it clockwise in order to activate the Skybridge. So now we got to do some platforming. Almost like in Elden Ring. And look how high up we are. You can see how big the map is. It's huge. Alright. Let's go this way, this way. Yep, we don't have to worry about those two because it's going this way. All right. Now the next part, the way how it's textured here is we can climb up it. We can climb this. We can climb up. And then we can go this way. And there's our destination. Alright. And now we gotta wait for these platforms to arrive to us, and then we have to ride them going to the next. These will take a little bit of time. And after some editing, the video might be like over, I'm guessing by estimate 40 minutes. But for the future, for covering the full story of Crimson Desert, I believe it's better to post them weekly. Once it's all finished. Once it's all finished, there will be weekly uploads in the future. But right now, I'm only just begun. But still, depending on the upcoming updates for the game. That including quality of life updates. All right. Now right over here. This is what's going to connect and send us to our next destination. Into this. It's teleporting. Or a warp. And here's where we landed. This way, and we learn about Alistin, who was the beggar that gave us the key. And then this pad right here, this is where we land, but it comes from somewhere else. But over here we find our next Abyss Nexus. Alright, so now we start the ethereal pathway. The ethereal pathway. So this is a different puzzle. There's going to be a lot of different puzzles we come across as we try to connect the Abyss together. Before we start the puzzle, there is something right over there, but we have to be careful on jumping it though, because I just gotta break. I can latch onto this and pull it close, rotate it. Let's get it a good angle. That way we can jump on it, so that we can get to the other side, like this, and jump, and we find a chest. Pay attention to your surroundings. There could be some hidden chests like this, with some iron ore and epidotes. And now let's get back by just doing some hopping. Alright. So now there's a floating power core up in the middle. And then, as you can see, this right here is active, but there's one over there that's not. So by using we cannot use our bare hands because that would be silly. We take damage being in contact with something electrifying. So that's when the axial force comes into place. And now we can just bring it close and then have it make contact with this lantern. And once you see that happen, it's now active. And the floor was being blocked moments ago because there was no power. And now we can just drop down here. And now we have an echo up here that's going to teach us a new move. And we now learn Force Palm. So we press R3 to gather energy into our palm and release it in a single powerful strike that reduces the target's defense. It's going to be and my take is it's very useful for against enemies that are hiding behind the shield. All right, let's go ahead and grab this. Let's grab this, and then we're going to pull it right over here. Pull this right here. Now, once it glows green, once you have it close enough, and if it glows green, it can be force palmed into place, like this. So now we must hang on the middle of the powered device and then use Force Palm to activate it. In order to get out, we need to climb back up from here. Yeah, keep your eye on the stamina because stamina plays an important role, and that's when it comes to gliding and using some special moves. Alright, now let's go ahead and hang on to the middle. Keep your eye on your stamina. Now, and then right here, we're going to use Force Palm. Now, if we use Force Palm right now, the impact is going to push us back. But by resist, we can hold on, and then we can use Force Palm, and we will still stay in place. There. And now the switch is active. Oh my goodness. And that's all. That used up my stamina. And by activating the switch, we now can get our hands on our next Abyss artifact. I know for sure that, this part, the Axiom Archive and the Ethereal Pathway, I'm going to try and cover these segments for a separate video when I cover the Abyss, cover multiple parts of the Abyss. The Abyss will have its own separate series of videos, because showcasing the many different puzzles of the Abyss. Now, but I'm not gonna show exactly how that puzzle should be done, because I want the players to figure it out themselves. So I'm only gonna showcase, the different puzzles you'll come across, and what to expect, and what rewards await for you at the end, and leading you to the next sky bridge to connect. So that's the plan. And now I can put this back on, and I had the setting to always hide headgear, so we'll put this on to add some extra defense points. Welcome back, Otaku. So right now, this part I'm doing, it's like I'm practicing for covering, the full story of Crimson Desert, which there'll be videos in the future, and then planning what future Crimson Desert content, and I'm starting to figure out, what are the things I should focus on, what I should cover, how to do this and that. Oh yes, and then still to come is addressing the elephant in the room, as I mentioned in the announcements. But once I'm done with once I'm finished with the first chapter, then that's where we'll get to the elephant in the room topic. Next, we approach the woman in white.
So, have you decided on your path?
Sorry, who are you?
I am White Crow. A guardian of the abyss, and a protector of your world's cosmic order.
You're the woman from the sewer.
The kindness you showed me back then will guide you on your path. Here, take these wings. The power to soar through the open skies is yours to command. It's time to return.
You're telling me to jump? Worry not. Those wings will see you down safely.
Now, take flight.
So now we get to do some skydiving from the abyss.
The world is yours to explore.
Now we're skydiving. Now we enter skydiving, and now let's go ahead and activate our wings. Flight, by pressing square while midair to fly. But we also have to watch our stamina, because once it's depleted, we will be unable to fly. Now, in one of the updates, the stamina consumption from doing some flying is now it's now lowered. That way we can glide even longer. Let's skydive more. We can also fast fall, but we don't want to do it too long because we could fall to our death. And that's mistakes were made right there. Wait till we get a little bit closer and then activate our wings to make it like a parachute. And having our wings deployed, it's like, opening up our parachute. And then since once I got a little stamina left, I just gotta wait for a little bit and let me just float back down, like a parachute. All right, and we have landed safely. We're back in Hernan. And that concludes Chapter 1. And now we enter Chapter 2, Golden Greed. And that's where I will conclude the Part 2 of the full story. And then covering Chapter 2 will be Episode 3 of the full story of Crimson Desert. Alright, so now... Now this is where it begins Episode 3 of the full story of Crimson Desert, and now our quest marker takes us to Lion Crest Watchtower from the Shy Pendant that we picked up. So now we must go take a casual walk.
Greetings, stranger.
Greetings. Oh, let me go ahead and greet him back.
I'm in a good mood again today.
Okay. And while I'm walking, I will use this opportunity to go to my next topic, and that's addressing the elephant in the room. I'm going to try and walk as slow as I can, because that way it will allow me to take my time as I get going towards my quest marker, and that should be enough time for me to address, something I want to share. Alright. As some of you guys were there from last night's stream. Last night's stream, I was playing Dead by Daylight. And At the end of last night's stream, I had a meltdown. I have not had a meltdown in a long time. I was just so angry. The reason why is because that one last match from last night's stream, there was
friend.
I came across a... Hold that thought.
You're a good one.
This beggar decides to give me something. Hold that thought. And let's go ahead and... It's Alustin's letter. It's Alustin's letter. And I read... So, it talks about growth. Skills and equipment are the keys to growing your power in Pywell. Skills expand your combat prowess. Use Abyss artifacts to learn and improve skills or attributes. Equipment can be purchased from vendors, crafted, or discovered during exploration. You can also reinforce your equipment or embed Abyss gears to gain bonus effects. The messenger may be ragged, but the meaning carried within is anything but light. Forgive me, it's to avoid prying eyes. Powerful enemies lie in wait in Pywell, defying the natural order. Facing that chaos may be too much for you now. To set the broken balance right, you must first become its unshakable pillar. Awaken your strength and claim a wider range of skills. Clothe yourself in tempered steel and the power of magic. That will become your fastest shield and your sharpest spear. Remember this, the restoration of order begins at the tip of your blade. Alustin. So these kind of messages tend to pop in, giving you guys a reminder about this and that. Anyways, back to this topic. Back to addressing the elephant in the room. Yeah, I came across a cheater in my last match in Dead by Daylight from last night's stream, and at first I saw something suspicious. I'm like, this doesn't look right, and my suspicions were correct. I had to see some more. I had to see more signs for myself before I can make my judgment call if that person was cheating. Oh, and a bird flies in to bring in another letter. Let me go ahead and read that first before I continue. And here is White Crow's letter. And it tells us about the Abyss Nexus. And I'll read White Crow's letter. Silent marks left by the Abyss lie dormant all across Pywell. They're just ordinary stones and shadows at a glance. But when your lantern light brushes them, the hidden grain catches the glow and leads you on. The farther your road stretches, the more you should leave yourself a way back first. Pause for a moment atop a trace, and that place will remember you. When you need it later, you can follow that memory and return without hesitation. May this help the balance you're trying to protect. White Crow. Another tip about the Abyss Nexus. So anyways, once I learned my suspicions was correct, I just basically lost it. I just basically lost it, addressing that, how low people would sink just to resort to cheating just to win a game in a game of Dead by Daylight, just to win a match in a game of Dead by Daylight. How low do they have to sink? They just don't know how to handle losses. They just don't know how to accept losses and move on. They missed the point on what true growth is. If you don't know how to accept your losses, you're not gonna learn how to grow how to truly grow inside. And I'm talking about in general. We're gonna win, we're gonna lose. That's part of, and I'm talking about in general, not just in video games, but life in general. But when it comes to gaming, sure, yeah, I am gonna lose matches. You've seen me lose matches in the stream. But do I call them out for or this and that. Do I whine about it? Yeah, that's the term. Do I whine about it? No, I just move on. I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. I don't whine about my losses anymore. I used to do that. I am guilty of that myself in the past. I used to do that. I don't whine about my losses. Not anymore. I learned a lot from that. Thanks to people like Oldstarva and Spoken Jukes, I learned how to cope with my losses. Even the big streamers do tend to lose matches. Even True Talent has lost matches. And with all the thousands of hours they put in the game, they just brush it off and move on. I know for sure I'm going to get frustrated, but I'm not going to sink so low that I would resort to cheating. No, it's just not me. Because I prefer to grow the right way. I'm trying to grow this channel the right way, doing what I absolutely love. Being a streamer and providing entertainment for all of you guys. Because when I play Dead by Daylight, when I'm streaming Dead by Daylight, I'm here to entertain you guys. And whether I have a bad match or whether I have a bad match, whether I have a good match, I used to throw a little tantrum in the past, but not anymore. If I lose, I move on. I don't go out of my way to do mental gymnastics. Not anymore. But when I'm trying to entertain you guys and then somebody resorts to cheating just to win a match, it completely takes the fun out of the game, and it totally takes away the fun atmosphere in my stream. It's just stupid. Yeah. People who tend to cheat just have no life. They just don't know how to lose. I betcha if they don't know how to lose, then they're always going to whine and try and complain and cry like a little kid just because they lost one game. And you think about it, you're not going to win $1 million if by winning one game at Dead by Daylight. The only prize is getting the currency in the game that you can spend to level up your characters. That's it. Oh, I need my sword.
Die!
Why was I? Let's deal with these bandits. Force palm. Alright, let's try this again. Pick the wrong test subject. Okay. Let's go ahead and loot these. Yeah, as I was saying before the bandits attacked me, yeah, you're not going to win $1 million in cash or get a check for $1 million mailed to you just because you win a match in Dead by Daylight. All you get is just blood points that the game provides you to level up your characters. And experience points. That's about it. And to think, gaming is supposed to be fun. Gaming is supposed to be fun that we can enjoy either by playing alone or playing with friends. So yeah, and when it comes to dealing with and having to ranting, my rant last night, I was just sick to my stomach that people would resort to doing this type of cheating, and I'm also disgusted with why it hasn't, because no matter how hard the developers try to cut down people cheating, they're still gonna pop up. They're still gonna pop up, no matter what. No matter what. But oh well. But oh well. So I would have raged quite easily, but I'd rather just take my blood points and just move on to the next match. So I believe that's all I have to share, for addressing the elephant in the room. So, as a streamer, yeah, I know I needed to get that off my chest, but I know you guys were able to listen. Even if there's nobody watching or 100 people watching, I know some of you guys will listen. Will listen to my venting. And if you're among the crowd that's been watching, thank you for lending me your ears. Thank you for hearing me out. So now we must defeat the bandits occupying the Lion Crest Watchtower. So let's go ahead and... another test subject. Another test subject. And here, since I'm next to the sconce, we get introduced to temperature, climate. The region you are in and the time of day affect the climate around you, which also influences your body temperature. When your body temperature falls outside its ideal range, stamina will drain more quickly and recover more slowly. In extreme conditions, even harsher penalties may apply, so always be aware of your surroundings. Equipment and food that grant fire or ice resistance will help you endure the harshest climates. Yep, temperatures. Yeah, the numbers game.
Can go fuck off! Child. I'll cut a hole right through you.
So now we've liberated a region. We've liberated the Watchtower. Factions may blockade certain strongholds. You can liberate these strongholds by resolving local conflicts or defeating the occupying forces. Once freed, these strongholds may offer new stories to experience or powerful benefits to aid your journey. In an upcoming update for Crimson Desert, they're going to now enable re-blockading. So if you've liberated a blockade, then over time, it's going to repopulate with enemies again. So, in having you to go back in, clear them off again. I actually like that because I know a lot of players who have gone way ahead and pretty much at the end of the game and realized that there's just about nothing left to do. And I like how they're going to add this feature. That way, there will always be something to do. Even after you beat the main campaign, there will always be something to do. Alright, now we need to get through these doors. And then fire arrows. All we gotta do is aim and then aim and then get close to a sconce or brazier. And our arrow will light on fire. Oh, I need to get close enough for it to work. There we go. And then we hit it, and it should burn away the thorns. Alternatively, you can use Blinding Flash. You can use Blinding Flash and shine the light, and it will still burn. But the fire does spread pretty good. Yeah, the fire is continuing to spread and burning away the thorns. And it's even burning through these crates nearby too. Because yeah, I like how it realistically causes the fire to spread to nearby containers. Yeah, it's spreading over here. Wow. Alright, now that it's cleared, we can now go inside. And over here we can pick up a Beltran plate helm, another piece of headgear. But compare the stats to see if it's better than the one I was wearing. Let's see. Same thing, but hold on to it because it can be worth money if it's not useful. Now we must climb to the top end. That is a tripwire. And it's going to be... Uh-oh. Saw blade trap. Yeah. Watch out for the traps. You can try and jump over and avoid the tripwire being triggered. Uh-oh. Careful. That was close. Yeah, that was close. Yeah. The blade traps. Oh, and right over here there is a chest. Right over here there's a chest. We can get some loot. And then here's a few weapons we can pick up. I'm going to go ahead and grab these because these definitely do sell for a good amount of money. And this Well sword, let me see here. Oh, Well sword, it's a one-handed weapon. It's already at +1. It's already +1, but it gives us some weapons that you find can provide an additional boost. Can provide additional boost, in attack speed or movement speed. But right now, the Sword of the Wolf, which is our starting sword, has the same attack as the Well sword, but the Well sword is at +1. So technically, the Sword of the Wolf is stronger. Oh, and this other weapon, this Great Axe. If it's in red like this, it means we cannot equip this. But another character can use these. And now that we've reached the top, we can then look over here and we find an item called a Visione. Let's go ahead and take it. And we're introduced to memory fragments. The Visione is a special device required to read memory fragments scattered throughout the world, activated to witness events of the past or uncover hidden clues. However, caution is advised as memories with intense emotions may affect the wearer. And here we get a...
If you're seeing this, you're fortunate indeed. Surprised? I'm not actually there. What you're looking at is a memory. More precisely, one of the moment I recorded this. This device is called the Visione. It captures and stores information gathered from the world around it, and then projects that scene back to the viewer. It does, on occasion, meddle with the user's mind. A small flaw, perhaps, but hardly worth worrying over. Now then, nameless fortunate soul, enjoy the Visione to the fullest.
And here we learn about the Visione, add that to the knowledge, and we finish this next section. Now we must go speak with the child. But before we do, we can loot the place right over here. There's some loose coins on the ground, and this chest we can open for some more loot. And there's so many coins, so I have to I'll have to do it this way in order to make sure I get the coins that I'm able to loot here on the floor. Because it's going to cost me to take all these other items that I really don't need on me, which is only going to be for selling. Antiques and all that stuff. There's some more coins over here to grab. Okay, we grab those, and we can also climb to the very top, to the roof. Here we have 2 more chests to loot. Alright, and we get a full copper pouch. Alright, now let's get down there. Let's just do this way. Just by falling and parachuting down. And there's also another memory fragment here. Now, there's 2 ways. We could shine our lit lantern, or we can do blinding flash. Let's turn on the lantern and do it this way. And here we get a prompt about the learn information on the watchtower.
Hey, you sure you keep climbing? Don't worry about me. They used to call me Squirrel. Just be ready to catch the treasure I toss down.
It appears this poor chap tried to climb to the top, but apparently lost his footing during the climb and fell to his death. How unfortunate. Now that we're done, we can now speak with the child.
Finally! I almost dozed off waiting for you. My friend wants to thank you with a special gift for getting Gigi back. And Gigi says he'll take you there himself. So stick close and follow his lead. Alright then, see you next time.
So now we must follow the cat. How cute. For all you cat lovers out there. Alright, when it comes to Crimson Desert, I'm only going to cover to when we finish this part, or whenever the day is about to end. Whenever the day is about to be over in this game, in the game, and then I'll share another topic to discuss. And yes, the topic I'm going to discuss in a little bit is moving forward. Moving forward with after everything that's happened. You know, addressing the elephant in the room, and then discussing, how we're going to move forward. And also moving forward with the channel, too. I appreciate you guys who are still here watching. The audience is always going to be different, There's no telling who's going to have time to be able to visit the streams. So the audience tends to be different every day. So it could be, I could have 0 people watching, I could have 10 people watching, or I could have 100 people watching. Either way, every stream is different. Audience is different. And look at that, we got some beautiful wild horses. Yep, horse taming. Okay, the cat went up there. Now we are introduced to another puzzle and another echo to observe. We now learn Nature's Grasp by pressing triangle and circle on a target to use Nature's Grasp, allowing me to lift or move heavy objects. So now we're watching how this one does it, and now let's apply that knowledge and do it ourselves. It does cost stamina though, so keep that in mind. And now inside, we find another echo we can observe. Oh, I didn't do that well. We now learn another new skill, focus. We can, by entering focus, we slow down time, and spirit regenerates while focus is maintained. Spirit is like your magic. And now, by investigating the ruins, our task is to force palm these. And by force palming this, it's like we're activating. We must get them all pushed in. So we push this one here, then this one, and then we push the other one in the end. And if we use up our spirit, just enter focus to recharge. And now that we solved it, we can now claim another Abyss artifact from this Abyss Crescent. And on top of that, this Abyss Crescent is now available as a fast travel waypoint. Now we can head over here and watch all these animals run by. Wow.
Should be fine to give... Oh, you're the one who helped my friend. I have a gift for you. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Now the power of nature flows through you. If Rulipi trusts you, then I can entrust this power to you. See ya.
So now the whole world awaits Kliff. And now our next task, we must head to the Hernan Square. And we get our inventories. We get more inventory slots. We can expand our inventory by doing some side jobs and assisting some people. And let's go ahead and get our horse and ride down to Hernan Square. Alright, gonna slowly be careful as I make my descent down here. Alright, careful. Okay. And there's the trail. Now we just need to follow it and it should lead us back into town. Oh yes, as I casually walk back into town like this, now time to discuss moving forward. So, after the meltdown I had from last night's stream, so I've done some thinking and on how I'm going to move forward from this. So I'm not going to be streaming Dead by Daylight for a while. I'll still play the game, I just won't be streaming it for a while. But I'm still going to play. I'm still going to play. Still going to play. Still gonna quote unquote get good. and I definitely do want to continue doing game and chat streams like this, like I'm doing tonight, because this is only the first episode, the first stream episode, which I plan to do like weekly. Thursday night should be better, you know. Having like a talk stream as I play a relax and chill game. You know, that way I can discuss different topics, you know, gaming-related topics, fun stuff, etc. Share everything with y'all. Share with y'all, and share anything that happened throughout the recent streams. Share anything that was interesting. All sorts of things. That's something that's gonna be part of the channel from this point forward, which I'm definitely looking forward to because I want to build up that radio personality trait that I have inside me. Step out of my comfort zone. I need some water. My goodness. So right now, those are the things I have, you know, moving forward with the channel.
Sneaky vermin.
And now, let's get a little excitement by going to Hernan Square. Let me go ahead and park you right here.
I'll test their skills myself.
So, we have somebody looking for Greymanes. And it's a knight named Matthias.
You're looking for Greymanes, huh?
Oh, what do we have here?
Look at this. I think a Greymane's gone and found us.
Ah, our lucky day. How much was Muradin's bounty again?
A fat sack of silver.
Is your life worth so little?
Enough.
Aye.
I apologize for my men. They may have given you the wrong impression. I am the knight, Matthias. I've long wished to test my skills against a Greymane. What say you? You're here, standing before me? What reason have you to refuse my challenge?
None I can think of.
So it's true what they say. You walk your chosen path, even when staring death in the face. Ah, I hope you live up to the legends.
I don't aim to disappoint.
Quite the quick tongue. Is your sword arm as quick?
Now Matthias challenges Kliff to a friendly competition, testing their skills. And now we're put to the test with our skills as well.
Let's see if your reputation is deserved. This is just a warm-up. I call you to combat.
And now we learned a new skill. Now we learned a new skill, pump kick.
I won't hold back any longer. Show me your... You do not disappoint me, Greymane!
Oops, wrong direction.
It's not over yet! They say Balun's finest swordsman is a Greymane. It was an honor to duel him.
You're not bad yourself.
I had believed I was quite strong, but the world is vast and there are many who are stronger still. It was a good match, Greymane.
Day to you.
Yep, that was a good and honorable test of strength. And now it appears Kliff caught an audience, and we have these two.
Greymane, you're as remarkable as I've heard. It appears the clucking of house hens held a kernel of truth. I am Barden Midler, the Marshal of Hernan. I serve Marquis Circus, Lord and Steward of this land. It is an honor to witness such swordsmanship.
What do you want?
Pardon my presumptuousness, but I have come with an urgent request. We're short-handed. We need the help of someone like you, Greymane.
Marshal, I've been meaning to thank you. Get to the point.
Of late, the peace in this region has been sorely troubled. Brigands run rampant, and despite our best attempts, we've been unable to thwart them. I believe they have a powerful benefactor pulling the strings. However, we have no solid evidence to support this claim, and we can't afford further investigation. If you were to lend us your aid, Marquis Circus will be more than pleased.
Sorry, but my priority is finding my comrades. And I'm not sure I'd be much help on my own.
The Marquis is a generous lord. He will surely aid in re-establishing the Greymanes. Until we meet again.
So you meet Baron Midler, the Marshal for Marquis Circus. You learned information about the Marquis that he believes is going to help re-establish the Greymanes. So now our next quest is to defeat the enemies around the Springtide Mill, right down here. But it is starting to get dark here, so let's go head to the lodging.
Hail to you!
Yeah, the way I'm going to record the full story, and when it comes to editing, this is where I'll cut out the part, resting and then preparing for the next day, and doing preparations, and then head over to the next part and resume the footage. And right here we have some raspberries. We can pick up some raspberries. And you know what's weird is, why do I have this, cord stuck like that? There we go. I believe I had to do that just to remove it. It looked pretty weird.
You've been most kind.
Just one big, beautiful...
Let's see. What's in my inventory? Let's see, I only have one raspberry. I do have an apple. There's the full copper pouch. This will give me some money, but I'm gonna hold off on using those.
Is enough to make you feel rich.
It's worth, kind of money management can also be important too. It can also play a key role. And let's do a little bit of inventory management here. I'm gonna hold on to this because I plan to sell. Let's oh, look at this. We have a ring. Let's grab that so I can put it on. Oh, I still have the Visione on. I should be let's see, let's put this one on. Let's put this helmet back on. And then we'll put this ring on. That way it gives us an additional stat boost. Oops. Alright, let's go open this. Let's stow some stuff I don't need to carry on me right now. Let's stow these away. These I'm gonna sell. The timber, I'll stow this. Light copper patch, I'm gonna keep that. Iron ore is gonna stay. I don't need the broom. I don't need the broom. Alright. Let's go ahead and rest at the bed. Gonna get rest at the bed. All right. I don't think I have any more topics to talk about, but yeah, and right around the 2.5 hour mark, that's when I plan on streaming. But yeah, Thursday night should be good to do a game and chat type of stream like this. Discuss a few topics, address some things, etc., and moving forward with the channel. Yeah, I believe, this is definitely a perfect way to... This is definitely good. It can at least help me practice, building on my radio personality. I would go ahead and... Let's go advance time by 6 hours. Advance time by 6 hours, and then I'm gonna go. Let's save. I'm gonna go to save slot 3 because that's the one I'm gonna be doing for the streaming. This is where I'm gonna pick up where I left off for the next session of Game and Chat. And this save file is when I'm covering the full story of Crimson Desert. So I'll have to go back and watch the stream for reference. That way I'll know what I'm gonna be covering. It definitely does help. It's like you're seeing a future project in the making. That you're gonna see that for future content coming in the future for the channel. And yep, and I don't have anything else to share. I don't have anything else to talk about. So over almost 2.5 hours. I believe that's just enough to wrap things up for tonight, guys. So thank you so much for coming out, everybody. I really do appreciate you all being here for the first edition of Game and Chat, which I'll be happy to do every Thursday night, starting tonight. Game and Chat, where I play something relaxed and chill like Crimson Desert and discuss some topics, and also a few things, moving forward with the channel. all sorts of things, and you guys being able to listen. All right. I don't know when my next stream will be. It could be tomorrow or Saturday, but I'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. Anyways, you all have a good night. Thank you so much for being here. And now it's time for me to exit my stage.